Man, what a run for the Indiana Pacers, being the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference, beating the Bucks and Knicks in the first 2 rounds, and having a competitive series against the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2.5 games that even have Tyrese Halliburton. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? For this video, we are going to be rebuilding the newly eliminated Indiana Pacers. So yeah, obviously you could say that the Indiana Pacers maybe never would have got out of round 1 if the Milwaukee Bucks didn't have injuries to Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo. You could say the same thing about round 2 against the New York Knicks if OG didn't get hurt. But you know what? The Pacers beat who was put in front of them. So I'm not going to knock on them for making it to the conference finals. It was definitely a very successful team for this franchise. Like Tyrese Halliburton was an all-NBA player. He did play kind of poorly for his standards in the second half of the season, but still had a good season overall and showed up in the playoffs in big games. Pascal Siakam played well in the playoffs as well, being a nice number 2 to Tyrese Halliburton and sometimes a nice number 1. The big breakout star though was Andrew Nembhard, who played phenomenal for the Pacers in the playoffs, especially in games that Tyrese Halliburton either wasn't on or was hurt, and he had such a big shot in game 3 to keep their round 2 hopes alive against the New York Knicks. Miles Turner played well as a rim protector that could space the floor. They did this all without probably their third best player throughout the regular season in Benedict Mathurin. TJ McConnell was a fantastic backup point guard. Aaron Nesmith showed great 3-and-D ability. And yeah, their top 10 pick, Jarris Walker, didn't play. Ben Shepherd, their 26th overall pick, hit some big shots and played some good defense for them. So yeah, I'm excited to rebuild this team as we're going to see the Celtics go up against the Dallas Mavericks. Timberwolves end up getting 2 on them. We'll see if that actually happens. Celtics beat the Mavericks in 5, and Jason Tatum gets his first ring. So if LeBron James does end up retiring, we are going to override that. I don't think he's going to actually end up retiring. And I do think Indiana, I mean, they're going to get a lot of comparisons to the 2021 Atlanta Hawks, a team that kind of overachieved in the playoffs, it seems like. But I do think that they're in way better position than the Hawks were. Like, I do really like Halliburton's potential as an overall player rather than Trae Young's was, I think, at the time for the Hawks, because I think he did have his limitations defensively. And they're going to have Siakam and Halliburton, a really deep bench. And they do have some of their first round picks going forward as well. They will not have it in this first round because of the Pascal Siakam deal. And we did draft Ethan Almanza with the 23rd overall pick in the second round. And I do think that this team is going to probably have some changes to the front court. Obi Toppin was actually pretty good for the Pacers this season, but you invested such a high pick in Jarris Walker. I don't know how you bring back Obi Toppin because Walker is already going to be behind Pascal Siakam. Toppin's just going to steal more of those minutes. Jalen Smith is most likely going to walk in free agency. You do have Isaiah Jackson as a fine backup, though, to Miles Turner. So yeah, I just don't think, like, if you want to develop Jarris Walker, your 8th overall pick from the 23 draft, you got to let Obi walk, even though Obi is probably better right now, and that's something you're going to have to sacrifice. We don't need another Onyeka Okongwu 2.0, and Onyeka was the backup center. We don't need Walker to be the 3rd string power forward for this team. So Jalen Smith opts out, not surprised. Kendall Brown, a nice 2nd-round pick from that 2022 draft. We're actually going to pick that up. And Benedict Mathurin, welcome back. I feel like he'd be the big trade piece if we try to get a bigger big 3 here. Who knows, maybe Andrew Nembhard develops to being that guy. So Obi Toppin, I'll give him the qualifying offer. If we do get him back, though, I would do a sign and trade. I did like Isaiah Wong coming out of Miami, but we're not going to sign him. I'll bring back Toshibwe as well. So moratorium time here. Pascal Siakam, a big name free agent. I don't think he leaves. They're going to have to overpay for Siakam, and it's going to look gross. We're going to give him 5 years, $200 million, but you got to do it. You gave up 3 first-round picks to get him. You went to the Eastern Conference Finals with him. You're a smaller market team, so you got to bring back Pascal if there's a chance to do so. And Obi Toppin actually got a deal from the Portland Trailblazers. You know what? Good for Obi. He's going to get $35 million guaranteed from the Portland Trailblazers. We do have like a little bit of a mid-level exception to use. I mean, TJ McConnell showed to be a great backup point guard, someone that's got to hustle, can press up and down the floor, is such a good inside scorer, and kind of like a little mid-range too. So yeah, he's going to come back, be behind Halliburton. We have Nembhard at the 2, Shepherd at the 3. Aaron Nesmith's going to be like so good coming off the bench. Obviously, he improved, I think, as a defender this year. We have Benedict Mathurin as well. Siakam, Walker, Almanza will probably spend time in the G League. Like, this team, I think, could run it back completely. I'm going to let Jalen Smith walk, but he was pretty good for them. And you know what? I'm going to try to bring back Victor Oladipo just for vibes, man. He was a fun pacer. I don't think he's going to play for us. Oh, maybe the Blazers couldn't afford Obi, so he's going to get 3 years, 32 from the Lakers. We're not going to match that, but we're going to get Victor Oladipo, who may never play for us, but it's kind of cool to have him on the team since I can't really get Paul George. And yeah, I think a lot of now what the Pacers are relying on is like maybe Andrew Nembhard taking a step next year, seeing what they can get out of Jarris Walker and Ben Shepherd going into year number 2 for those guys, and hopefully Benedict Mathurin could be efficient and maybe good enough where you can maybe leverage him to get a bigger name down the line if that really comes to it. But I think Mathurin could be a great off-the-bench scorer if we wanted to have him come off off the bench, or, which honestly isn't a terrible idea because Neesmith could be a nice 3-and-D guy in the starting lineup, and Mathurin can run that second unit for sure. And Haliburton develops well in 2K. I mean, he was on All-NBA third team, so everybody viewed him as a top 15 guy this year, even with that poor second half stint because he was on fire in the first half of the year. I mean, he was an all-star starter. So really trying to figure out this rotation next year. I think it's pretty much going to maybe go with that. Do I want Mathurin to come off the bench? I actually don't hate that. Like, say I did 25 minutes to Neesmith, Mathurin runs that second unit. He's going to play more minutes. McConnell's great. He's going to get 18 minutes a night, though, because our best player is our point guard in Haliburton. I do think Haliburton is better than Siakam. At times, obviously, Siakam can provide a little bit more offensive ability, but I think just overall, Haliburton's the guy. They're both going to get, I think, a decent amount of minutes, 35 a night. We're going to go 32 to Miles Turner, 25 to Neesmith. I would like to go probably 30 minutes to Andrew Nembhard. Expect a big year from him. Isaiah Jackson as the backup 5 can get like 17 minutes. We'll go 15 to Walker. 3 minutes to Ben Shepherd. That's brutal. So you know what? I think I'm going to go 28 to Mathurin. Let's go 31 to Turner, 34 to Siakam. We're going to go 29 Nembhard, and then I can do 8 minutes to Ben Shepherd. I mean, it's something at least. I'm going to send Ethan Almanza to the G League this season. I actually don't hate to go in the second round for them. So the first game of the year against the Denver Nuggets, it's going to be at home. Can we start off the season with a W? Yes, we can. We won 133-117, 28 for Siakam, 25, 12, and 9 for Haliburton. Good start to Nembhard. I mean, he did not shoot well from the field, but hit his threes. I like that. All right, so at the trade deadline, we are 33-18. Pretty good stuff here in the Eastern Conference. We are the 2 seed. Shout out to the Central Division teams at the top. Points per game, we are 5th. Allowed points per game, we are the best defensive team. All right, I mean, it's funny because Pacers were not really a good defensive team. They were better post the Siakam trade, but they were known for their offense in the 2024 regular season. So we'll see if that kind of continues into the 25 season as Haliburton break it out. Maybe he's no longer being passive inside the paint. This dude is scoring at will. 26 points, 5 rebounds, 10.5 assists, 1.5 steals, 51% from the field, 45% from 3, 90% from the line. Siakam, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.3 steals. He's been great, man. 91 overall as well. Mathurin stepping up as a great third option. Could win 6th man of the year. I feel like he should. Miles Turner's numbers are down a little bit, but he's still being a presence for us inside and the anchor to this defense, 2 blocks a night. Andrew Nembhard is improving in pretty much every aspect of his game, and the efficiency is up as well. So we love to see that. Aaron Neesmith giving me some defense, shooting 39% from 3, all I need. Jarris Walker in his rookie season has been fine. So you know what? I wanted to run this team back with Benedict Mathurin fully healthy, and then I was going to make any corresponding moves after the 2025 playoffs. So we're going to see how this team's going to do. I'm not going to make any trades. Haliburton is currently 5th in MVP voting. Andrew Nembhard, 5th in most improved. I don't know how we don't have 6th man of the year in Benedict Mathurin right now. Like, that just doesn't make any sense unless 2K put him into the starting 5, which he shouldn't be. Yeah, how is he not top 5 in 6th man of the year voting? That doesn't make any sense. Is there any contract extensions to get done with? McConnell, yes, we have to bring him back. He would have a market for sure. I'm going to give him 2 years. Yeah, we'll do 3. No, we'll do 2 years. We'll do $18 million fully guaranteed. Welcome back, TJ. Andrew Nembhard, we can re-sign right now and forego that 4th-year team option, which is his rookie deal, but I don't have to, so I won't do that. I mean, it could be similar to what happened with Lou Dort, and I think Jayshawn Tate as well, where like the team is like, yeah, you're so much more worth like $2 million to us, so we're going to decline that and extend you to a bigger deal. That's probably going to happen with Nembhard at the end of next year's season. So we honestly are really good financially, especially if Mathurin's going to give us above average play. So, I mean, looking at this team right now, Miles Turner is the free agent at the end of the year. Oh, yeah. I feel like we got to bring back Miles Turner. He's not eligible for an extension, which is interesting. I think if he ended up on like all NBA like 3rd team next year, which I don't think happens, but if he did, he'd be eligible for the Supermax, funny enough. But yeah, we're just going to bring him back. We got to make him a Pacer for life. He's like one of the more longer tenured guys on one specific team, the team that drafted him in the NBA right now. All right, Luka Doncic ends up winning his first MVP award. De'Ron Holmes to the Bulls. He went 11th overall, ends up getting Rookie of the Year. Okay, I mean, that is pretty cool. Amen Thompson, 6th man of the year. Wemby Depoy. Most improved goes to Sword Thompson, so the Thompson twins winning some awards. Clutch Player of the Year goes to the Ant-Man and Mark Daigneault Coach of the Year. We don't get Haliburton on All-NBA first team. Weird. I mean, top team in these. I mean, Trey did have some insane numbers right there. Haliburton is on All-NBA second team. So the 2 guys from that trade end up on both All-NBA third team in the 2024 season, which just happened. And then they both end up on All-NBA second team. Haliburton there with Domantas Sabonis, which is just kind of funny how they've been kind of correlated since that trade. And we did end the season as the 2 seed. We have a rematch of round 1. This time we're kind of swapped in who's favored and who's the underdog against the Bucks. They have the same starting 5, basically. basically. Well, Connaughton's in the starting lineup. They have Bobby Portis, Jalen Noel. They're finally, I think, playing Andre Jackson and Marjon Beauchamp off the bench, even though they both haven't been great. And yeah, this was definitely a very fun regular season, and I would say successful. I would have liked for Siakam to average north of 20 points per game, so hopefully he'll be back next year. 3-point shot kind of fell off a little bit, and for some reason can't hit a free throw. So I think with Mathurin healthy, it would be kind of weird, or I think tough for Ben Shepherd to find minutes in the playoffs. I don't think he would have played in the playoffs if Mathurin was healthy. So Walker's going to get about 15 minutes a night. Same with Isaiah Jackson. I think I'm still fine with Aaron Nesmith starting. We're going to go, I think, 17 on McConnell, and we're going to start Mathurin, or excuse me, we're going to start Nesmith over Mathurin. We're going to go 27 minutes a night to Nesmith. Let's go 30 to Mathurin. I would like to go 30 to Turner. They're going 39 to Siakam, 40 to Halliburton. Let's go 36 Siakam, 38 Halliburton, 32 Andrew Nembhard. And under Rick Carlisle, who I think could be a downfall of this team. I mean, he's a weird head coach. I think he's good, but I think there's a ceiling on him at times, and I did think he was one of the more overrated ones, but he did obviously fine this season. We did end up losing game 1, though, to a healthy Bucks team. I'm sure Giannis would be pissed. Dame would be pissed going up against this Pacers team that eliminated them the year prior, and they had to watch that on the bench while they were injured. Halliburton drops 32 points, and we are down 2-0. We just lost both games in Indiana. That is kind of scary. We do win game 3 in overtime in Milwaukee. A triple-double for Halliburton, 17, 12, and 7 blocks for Miles Turner. Game number 4 goes to the Bucks. Wow. All right. This is humbling me real quick. I thought conference finals appearance, and then we ended up having a regular season. This is going to be a good year for us. Halliburton shooting 39% from the field, Turner 33, and a contract year, 34% for Andrew Nembhard. Okay. Game number 5. That goes to the Indiana Pacers. We stay alive. We ended up beating them by 27 points. Nembhard stepped up. Turner stepped up. Siakam was okay, but obviously Halliburton was amazing. Can we force a game 7? No, we lose in 6. We lost by 25 in Milwaukee. Game at 44. Halliburton could not guard him whatsoever, and he shot the ball, wow, 4 for 18 from the field. That is terrible. And the 6-seeded Sixers lose to the Bucks, and the Knicks and Thunder in the finals. Knicks beat them in 5. The Thunder beat the Timberwolves in 7. And the Knicks win in 6 with Julius Randle being your finals MVP. Shout out to Julius Randle, man, averaging 26, 10, and 4, if you round up, of course. So LeBron ended his career on the Detroit Pistons. 2K, stop doing that. I have 100 CPU resign aggressiveness, like, turned up to. So why is he leaving the Lakers to sign with the Pistons, man? They're not drafting Bronny. So the Celtics were just horrible. It's funny, like, it's comical how much 2K hates the Celtics. They end up with the number 1 overall pick. We do have the 27th overall pick in a loaded 2025 draft. Did this guy incorporate Nolan Traore into this draft? He's like the point guard out of France, man. This dude is going to be insane. They got to get him in this class, man. I want to start drafting him because they do have Hugo Gonzalez. They do have Dink Pate as well from the G League. No, unless his name is just like spelled wrong completely, which a lot of these are because they have to. But yeah, I don't see Nolan Traore in here, anything close to it, unfortunately. So Rick Carlisle does have 2 years left on his deal. If we had a round 1 exit next year, then maybe I'd fire him, but I'll keep him around for 1 more year. So VJ Edgecombe actually goes number 1 overall to Boston. You could have got the main guy, the main kid over there to the Northeast, and they didn't do that. Keep him in New England. They went Edgecombe, who's going to Baylor. And I'm going to take Andre Stojakovic, who actually left Stanford and transferred, I think went to Cal in the transfer portal, obviously the son of Peja Stojakovic. And then we also got TJ Powers in the 2nd round, who played at Duke last year, but also in the transfer portal, so we are going to be picking him up. So team player options, Mathurin, welcome back. Same with Nembhard, Walker, and Shepherd. Brown, probably not, but Almanza I will bring back. We are going to give Isaiah Jackson the qualifying offer. If he did get a decent amount of money, I don't know if I'd match it, but obviously I'd like to bring back Miles Turner, so he's going to get a 5-year, $100+ million extension. Boom, there we go. It was a down year offensively, so maybe we got him at a discount. I don't know if I'm going to bring back Oladipo for just vibes. We actually do have a little bit of money. You know, I could bring back Malcolm Brogdon, but there would be no reason to with Nembhard and McConnell here, but man, that'd be a cool reunion here. Corey Kispert, if we wanted some shooting, Isaac Hartenstein, Isaiah Jackson, so we could do this, and then I still think not, or we could bring back Isaiah Jackson. So you know what, I'm gonna give, do I want to give Aaron Wiggins a deal? Probably not, though. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to sign anybody right here because I do feel like we have our rotation once again, and it's really just me kind of running this team back. So I'm going to give Isaiah Jackson a 2-year extension worth $24 million, similar like to what the Knicks Gave Hartenstein a little bit more than that. I mean, it would be cool to get Corey Kispert, but I want to see like one more year of Ben Shepherd. Then I think we could make a major move in the 2026 offseason. We got Oscar Tshiebwe back. Hopefully he gets that game ball. McConnell is regressing. This could be his last year. I mean, he does have 2 more years on that extension, so maybe I should have been a little bit more hesitant with that because he does not, like, he regresses in 2K, unfortunately. But I think another big year for Halliburton, could win MVP. All right, so I think the rotation is going to look fairly similar. I think we're actually going to try maybe Benedict Mathurin into the starting lineup. Isaiah Jackson will not be getting 30 minutes a night, but maybe we'll do like a 18 split. That's fine with me. I would like to see more from Jarris Walker this year. Aaron Nesmith may play a little bit less than 23 minutes a night. Ben Shepherd can get like 14, maybe 12. We'll do like 10 to TJ McConnell as he's regressing. Halliburton, 36 fine. 34 to Siakam. Let's go 29 to Mathurin. 28 to Nembhard just for the regular season. We are 4.5-star perimeter-centric under Rick Carlisle. I know I haven't really made any big moves or really any moves at all, but I want to see what this team can do. One more year with this current core, and if we have a disappointing exit, we could have a new head coach. We could move like a Nembhard or Mathurin or one of the more younger guys on this team. All right, so we are here at the trade deadline, 37-14, one of the better records in the Eastern Conference. Once again, we actually have the best record in the East. Points per game, we have the most, so now that's a little bit more realistic. The defense has fallen a little bit, but by 2 spots, we have the best point differential. I don't know if I want to make any trades here at the deadline, man. I mean, Mathurin is going to be, I believe, a restricted free agent at the end of the year. His numbers have gone down a little bit, but is still being kind of efficient for us. Nembhard is extension eligible, and I say we just lock him up right now, similar to like what Lou Dort got from the OKC Thunder. 4 years, $60 million for Andrew Nembhard. Let's get it done. Nesmith could get an extension right now, but he could get moved. I mean, he's been super efficient for us, so I don't think I'm going to move him. Man, I don't know if there's a guy I want to move. I mean, Halliburton may win MVP this year. 28, 5.5, 12.5 statistics. Look at those shooting splits. 51, 45, 94, 72% true shooting for a guard. That's insane. Siakam, I think, is a fine number 2. I'd like for... No, Turner's been efficient, man. I like this team. Walker has improved mightily in year number 2. Or, excuse me, year 3, but really his second full year playing. Halliburton is number 2 in the MVP race. Do we have any other Pacers? We do not. I mean, we could see the trade market, but, like, we're the top team. If ain't broke, don't fix it. Whoa. I was gonna say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But could I move Siakam for Zion Williamson? Zion Williamson is on the trade block. And he fits the time. Like, Devin Booker is on the trade block. Whoa, they're 12-39. Oh my God, I feel like I gotta try that. Cat, Gobert, McDaniels are on the trade block. Oh my God. All right. Maybe Dame is on the trade block. Maybe we're gonna be making some big moves. Paul George is on the block. He's on the Celtics. What is going on? All right, Devin Booker. I mean, I don't think I have the assets in the... Oh my God, that money to get there is insane. I mean, I would maybe give the keys to Jarris Walker if we could do Siakam for Booker. They're going to counter it with 1 first-round pick? Oh, my God. What is Matt Ishbia, James Jones, and the Phoenix Suns doing? Siakam in a first, Booker must want out. Yeah, we're going to do this trade. That is insane. I did not think I was trading for Devin Booker. Maybe I just, like, choked this team completely. What? I just got Devin freaking Booker. Now I kind of wish I still had Obi Toppin. I mean, like, Isaiah Jackson could play the backup 4. We have Ethan Almanza. I mean, should I move Ben Shepherd for a power forward? I mean, that could possibly come in the offseason. So, yeah, Ben Shepherd, you're obviously not going to be starting. It's going to be Devin Booker. Shepherd and McConnell can each get 10 minutes a night. We're going to have Nembhard move to the bench. Yeah, this is crazy. This is actually insane that I was just able to pull that off. We're going to go 35 to Halliburton and Booker. Let's see how they work, man. Booker in Indiana. I'm sure that's really where he wanted to end up. So yeah, make sure you check out the trade finder, or excuse me, the team intel spot and see who is on the market. So let's actually just extend Nesmith right now. I think we need these guys on the team. So I'm going to give him a 3-year extension worth about $39 million. McConnell, we're not going to, I mean, it's for the minimum. No, there's no point because there's a chance I move him in the offseason. So Luka Doncic ends up winning MVP or the MVP award over Tyrese Halliburton. Unfortunately, VJ Edgecombe ended up getting Rookie of the Year. Okay. Alperen Sengun 6th Man of the Year behind Wemby. What is going on, man? Wemby, Depoy. Jarris Walker most improved. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, look at that efficiency. Pretty good stuff. I mean, I would like for him to be a little bit better of a free throw shooter, a little bit better of a rebounder, but over a block and steal a night, the defense is there for Walker, and he has great defensive potential in this league. Donovan Mitchell ended up signing with the Nets, which is somewhat realistic, actually, so that is pretty cool. We did get Tyrese Halliburton on All-NBA first team. Numbers went down slightly with the addition of Devin Booker, but those two together, man, that could be kind of insane. Did we get Booker on an All-NBA team? No, but Tatum followed LeBron's footsteps over to Detroit. And there is nobody on all-rookie teams. What? Did we get... What is going on? Were they eliminated this year? I'm so confused. What? So we ended the season as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're taking on the Pistons, who let Cade walk. Okay, this video has been on drugs. I don't know. 2K is high today. This has not made any sense. Booker is at number 2. I am going to change it back to a shooting guard. I'm excited about this team. A little bit worried defensively, but I think we'll be okay. I mean, we could even experiment with like Miles Turner at the 4 and Isaiah Jackson at the 5, but I think we're going to be okay. So Shepherd or McConnell, who would I rather play in the playoffs? I think McConnell's regressed, unfortunately, man, because he's been so much fun to watch in 2024. We're going to go 18 to Jackson, 20 to Neesmith. We'll go 25. No, we'll keep, 25 to Nemhard. So let's go 32 to Turner. Let's go 38 to the big 2. And then we'll go, honestly, I think 3 more to Jarris Walker for what he could be defensively for us. Can we beat our division rival in round number 1? We do end up beating them by 27 points in game 1, 38-11 for Halliburton. So if we lose, I think before the conference finals, Carlisle is gone. And if it's an uncompetitive conference finals, he's also going to be gone. I'm putting that right here. Even though they do have Jason Tatum, we are up 2-0. They ended up winning game 3 by 18. Okay, Jarris Walker, I see you. Game number 4 goes to the Detroit Pistons. You're scaring me. All right, 31-13 for Halliburton. How has Booker been? He's been fine. I would have liked for him to be a little bit better. Game number 5 is going to go to the Indiana Pacers. Halliburton 34, Jarris Walker 32. He's averaging more points in these playoffs than Devin Booker is, even though Booker is averaging 9.5 assists. Game number 6 goes to the Pacers, and we ended up winning in 6 games. Booker had 30 points there in game number 6 after we ended up winning by 4. Halliburton with 19 points, 13 assists, and 5 steals. Here we go. We got round 2 against the Brooklyn Nets with Ben Simmons, Donovan Mitchell, Mikal Bridges, Kyle Anderson, and Nick Claxton, Melton, Isaiah Joe, and Noah Clowney off the bench. Game 1 goes to the Pacers by 3 points. Booker with 23, 6, and 8. Halliburton with 22. Game 2 goes to the Pacers. Mathurin with 23 points. Hell yeah. Come on, let's go up 3-0. Boom, there we go. We ended up winning by 12 in Brooklyn. Spider had 44. It was not enough. Halliburton had 36 and 14. 4 steals as well. And here we go. Are we going to sweep them? Are we going to gentlemen sweep them? Yeah, we ended up doing that instead. Game 4, we ended up losing by 1 point. Damn, 1 point away from the sweep. 56 points combined between Booker and Halliburton. But in game 5, we ended up blowing them out of the building. 27 and 15 for Turner. All right, so here we are. Conference finals against the New York Knicks, who were in it last year. They've added Isaac Okoro and Naz Reid. I mean, that's a very good team defensively for sure. They got Victor Oladipo. They drafted Kevin Knox's younger brother, Carter Knox. Game number 1 goes to the Knicks, a rematch of the Eastern Conference semifinals from the 2024 playoffs. Halliburton had 42 points in Indy, but we lost by 10. Game 2 goes to the Pacers. We ended up winning by 12. Good game from Halliburton. D-Book, you fouled out in 22 minutes. Come on, man. I mean, I didn't really give up a lot for him. Game 3 goes to the Pacers. We ended up winning by 4. 24 points for Jarris Walker. 12 assists for Devin Booker. Wow. 32 and 11 for Halliburton. Game number 4 goes to the Pacers. We are 1 game away from the NBA Finals. Mathurin with 24, 10 and 4. Okay. Like, hell yeah. He's like my 4th best guy, and I'm getting that from him in a huge game 4. We ended up losing game 5, though, sadly. 114, 109. Don't let them force a game 7. Oh, my God. We're blowing a 3-1 lead. This is bad. This is very, very bad. All right. Game number 6. Don't lose this. Or excuse me, game 7. Don't lose this. Please don't lose this. We're at home in this one at least. Don't lose this, man. Oh my God, we're choking it. We're choking it. We're about to blow a 3-1 lead. I would fire Rick Carlisle if this happened. Come on, Rick. Oh my God, we're down by 15. What happened? Jesus. Oh my God, we're down by 18 and we ended up losing by 16 points. And we just blew a 3-1 lead. Come on. This team is too good to be blowing 3-1 leads. Booker at 24. Halliburton at 24. Nemhard was fine, but he took a lot of shots. Damn, that sucks. Knicks and Thunder in the finals once again, and the Thunder win once again. Shea is your finals MVP. Or excuse me, I actually think the Knicks won last year. We really just blew a 3-1 lead to a 7 seed. That hurts a ton. And Tom Thibodeau ends up retiring. Chris Paul heads to the Hall of Fame with no rings, sadly. We don't have any first-round picks here. The 76ers ended up getting the number 1 pick, the Cam Boozer, AJ DeBanza sweepstakes. Magic at 2 via Phoenix. Thunder at 3 via the Clippers. The Raptors do own our pick at 28 from the Siakam deal. I mean, there are some good candidates out there, so I'm going to fire Rick Carlisle, and we're going to try to get maybe Nick Nurse. I mean, let's throw a bag at him. Let's also throw the bag at Quinn Snyder, who I think is being a little underutilized in Atlanta, and then we can go for Mike Malone. Hopefully we get one of those 3. We get Nick Nurse or Quinn Snyder. I'm actually going to go with Quinn Snyder. So I actually do think Jarris Walker is going to develop into a very good backup power forward for us. And before I make any trades, I think we're going to try to do somewhat of a sign and trade with Mathurin if I actually want to make a move. But our big move could just be like getting Devin Booker last year. AJ DeBanza goes to Philadelphia, Darren Peterson to the Magic, Cameron Boozer to the Thunder, Walker, Shepard, Powers, all welcome back. So let's just see for free agency. I mean, we're going to have to pay Mathurin a decent amount of money. I mean, $22 million a year, that's really not too bad. 4 years, $80 million. I mean, that's kind of a bargain, man. That is. So I don't really know if I want to make a trade right now. Like, do I move Mathurin? No, I'm thinking like a Nesmith McConnell maybe trade. You know, I really didn't find anything that I like. So I'm going to run this team back. Hopefully us going from Rick Carlisle to Quinn Snyder can put us over the hump. We'll see. I mean, Halliburton and Booker, full year with them in the backcourt. We have good defenders. We have good shooters around them. Hopefully enough big man size. We could make a trade at the deadline if needed. All right, so we're going to go Halliburton, Booker, Mathurin, Walker, Turner. Yep, Nembhard as the 6th man. Isaiah Jackson and Aaron Nesmith off the bench. I think McConnell is going to be out of the rotation. We could play Stojakovic, who I probably should have sent to the G League. But I think I'm going to rock the 9-man. Let's go 36 to Halliburton and Booker. Let's go 31 to the front court. And then let's go 30 minutes to Benedict Mathurin. And let's hope that this team could maybe win 60 games in the Eastern Conference in 2027. I mean, off to a solid start at 3-2. It could have been a little bit better, but the offense, man, is insane. Like 142, 141, 129, 118, 137. We are putting up a ton of points every night. All right, so we are here at the trade deadline. Another really good record for us, 34-15, but the Pistons with Jason Tatum at the 4, Giddey at the 2, Asor at the 3, and welcome back Andre Drummond. They have Jaden Ivey off the bench, are the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. They drafted Buzelis at 5. We are the 2nd best offensive team. Defensively, we aren't great, but we're still pretty solid. Do I want to add a defensive-minded guy? I'm like, there's been like a idea to maybe try to get Mikal Bridges on this team defensively. I'd like to keep Mathurin, and I think I could get it done. But, I mean, we could try. Or even, like, Anunoby, too. Or, like, Lou Dort to the world. Like, we could try to get. I mean, Bridges is making... He got, like, extended a little bit, so he's making more money. I don't know if I can get there, actually, financially, with... if I did McConnell, if I did Shepard, and if I did Nesmith for Bridges, and I would have to ask for your cheapest guy, Hayward Highsmith, probably, Javon Carter. Why is Javon Carter 2 stars? That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in the world. Fix that, 2K. Would they do that? No. I would be able to throw in my 27 first. They say no. I would give you 2 first-round picks. We're going for a championship run. Pair up Mikal and Booker again, and they say yes to that. All right, let's do this. And that means Mathurin is going to be like an elite 6-man for us. And I feel like we just needed like a really good perimeter defender. That handicaps us a little bit with the depth of this team. I could see what Andre Stojakovic could do. I don't mind what Ethan Almanza, because I feel like he's going to just do everything fine. Like, he's not going to lose me any games. But let's play Mikal Bridges a decent amount of minutes. He's going to be like my primary defender there. We need somebody that can guard Jason Tatum in the Eastern Conference on the Pistons, right? Like Donovan Mitchell now on the Nets. So maybe a little unrealistic that we made a big trade with the 3 seed. So that was more of a fun type move. Oh, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins MVP. I don't know if we're going to get a Halliburton one in this video. AJ DeBanza is your Rookie of the Year. Rob Dillingham in Miami, 6th Man of the Year now. Wemby, Depoy, Rob Dillingham most improved. Luke ends up on the Kings. That's ironic for a lot of reasons. Halliburton did get All-NBA first team, though. 27 points, 4.5 rebounds, 11 assists, elite efficiency. Did we get Devin Booker on an All-NBA team? Unfortunately, we did not. Oh, baby, we did get Jarris Walker, though, on all defensive first team. Yeah, that is improvement, and that's what made me feel comfortable about trading away Siakam, and that's why I kind of chose trading for Booker instead of Zion, because that still would have, I guess, been a stopgap to, or not a stopgap, a roadblock to basically Walker entering the starting 5. And this is a fun team, man. It's good offensively. It's good defensively. I think this could be the year. I said that last year, though. So we ended the season as the 2 seed. We're taking on Miami with Rob Dillingham in round 1. They also have Brogdon, Hero, Jovic, Bam, Jaime Jaquez still. All right, so game 1 against the Miami Heat, we ended up winning. We blew them out. I mean, this should not be a series that we lose, man. At this point in like Jimmy's career and Bam and like Booker and Halliburton, we end up winning in 5. Okay, good, man. If we ended up losing that series, I would have been upset. Devin Booker, this is what we didn't get from him last year. Way to step up in round number 1. Miles Turner, though, you need to be better. What is that? And I think we're going to go with the 8-man rotation. Andrei Stojakovic, I'm asking him to do way too much because the dude has barely played for us. So let's go 38 to Booker and Halliburton. Let's go 31 to Bridges, Walker, and Turner. And then we're going to play Mathurin, Nembhard, and Jackson a decent amount of minutes. Taking on the Cavs here in round number 2. Obviously, don't have Donovan Mitchell. They did develop Malachi Branham. They have Clint Capella and Mitchell Robinson. Too many big men on that team, and we ended up winning in 6. You scared me. We got the Orlando Magic there in the conference finals. Halliburton with 25 and 12. Walker stepping up. Booker, what is that? But can we beat the Orlando Magic with Suggs, Walter, Franz, Paolo, and Duren, with Black, Bobby Portis, Gary Trent off the bench? And can we advance to the NBA Finals? We can. We win in 6. Thank God, man. 27, 7, and 11.5 for Halliburton as we're taking on the OKC Thunder, who are here for the 3rd straight season. They're 1-1. They just swept the Spurs. They have Dylan Harper. That team is so good. They have Cooper Flagg. Oh my God, and Cameron Boozer. What the oh my God, that is insane. Their bench is actually incredible. I am scared. Game 1 goes to the Thunder by 15. We may be cooked. We may be cooked. Game 2 goes to the Thunder. Oh my God, we got blown out. Oh, I think we're cooked. Game 3. All right. We stay alive, but I think we're cooked. Game 4 goes to the Thunder. We lost in overtime. That was the one to come back on. Why is Jarvis Walker my leading scorer? Booker and Halliburton step up. 3-2. Can we force a game 7? Please, we're at home. Can we win at home? And then game 7's a crapshoot. Please, don't get blown out. Just make it close. Oh my God. What is that 3rd quarter? Come on. What is that 3rd quarter? Oh my God, we kind of came back and then we just choked it in the 4th. I hate this. I hate this. Sam, why are the Thunder so good? We ended up losing by 18. It wasn't even close, man. Shay's your finals MVP. There goes Paul George, former Indiana Pacer. We got Tyson Holland there early in the 2nd. Not a bad pick whatsoever. Freddie Craig looks pretty good going to the Spurs, and Alton Armstrong to the Jazz. Pick up the option on Stojakovic and Eden. I think we're just going to try to get like a good 9th man in this rotation since we traded away a lot of our depth for Bridges. That didn't get me a ring. We're going to sign Jarvis Walker to a 4-year, $101 million extension. And then I'm going to look to, I think, bring in Nickeil Alexander-Walker on a 2-year deal. Let's do that. This is going to be the final year. Can it get it done? I don't know. Maybe I regret the Mikal Bridges deal. Man, Shane and the Thunder are killing this video. He gets another MVP award. Darius Sikoff Jr. is your Rookie of the Year on the Washington Wizards. Kyle Filipowski making somewhat of a career here. 3 different teams in 3 years, but hey, 6th Man of the Year in year 3. Wemby, Depoy, Bronny most improved in Utah, and Clutch Player of the Year, and the Thunder went 70-12. Oh my God, we are just not going to be able to beat them. At least we got Halliburton on OMB 2nd team. So we ended the season as the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. We are going to be taking on a play-in tournament team. The Pistons finished the season 62-20. Offensively, best team in the East. Defensively, 2nd best in the East. So we'll see how far this team could go. I mean, we made it to the finals. Last year, we made it to back-to-back conference finals. Could this team get over the hump this season, though? And in round number 1, we're going to be taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers, who still have most of their core. But this should be a team that we beat in the playoffs. We beat them last year. We sweep them this year. Hornets, a team we haven't faced yet. LaMelo, Stephon Castle, Brandon Miller, Kuminga, John Collins, Ian Jackson, Taylor Hendricks, Jalen Smith, former Pacer off the bench. It's a good team. That's a team that could definitely beat us, but we end up sweeping them. All right, so everything is going well for us. We're taking on the Orlando Magic, a team we beat last year. Booker, Halliburton, Jarvis Walker, good big 3. Bridges, obviously defensively, has been great. Can we beat the Orlando Magic to advance the back-to-back finals? Can we do it? Yes, oh my God, we came back down 3-1. Hell yeah, man. Jarvis Walker, conference finals MVP. Oh my God. We got blown out in game 1. We blew them out in game 2. Game 3, they won. Game 4, they won. They were up 3-1, and then we ended up winning by 32 points. We won by 1 in Game 6, and then in Game 7, we ended up winning by 9 to take on the Thunder, who are 12-0 in the playoffs. Oh my God, unreal. So here we go. Game 1 goes to the Thunder. They're unbeatable. They're unbeatable, man. All right, we gave them their first L in the playoffs. 40-16 for Halliburton. Hell yeah. Booker fouled out, and we still won. Hey, I'll take it. Game 3 goes to the Pacers. So the Thunder don't lose a single game in the Western Conference side of the bracket, and they lose 2 here to us. Booker with 44, game 4 goes to the Thunder. Don't let them go up 3-2. Damn it, they ended up winning by 29 points. Can we force a game 7? No. The Thunder, man, they're just unbeatable, unfortunately. It's sad to see. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Finals MVP. Somehow the Knicks beat them a few years ago, but they just three-peated. So I hope you guys did enjoy. This was a fun team to build, man. Adding Devin Booker was not on my bingo card for this video whatsoever. It was cool to see the progression of Jarris Walker as well. And I think guys like Andrew Nembhard, Andrew Nesmith, Benedict Mather, and Ben Shepherd are due for development as well. And I think this Pacers team will be right back in the thick of things next year. Obviously, the East should be a little bit more competitive. I have no idea what's going on with Cleveland, but the Knicks should be right there. The Bucks should be right there. You assume Philly's going to be back, and maybe Miami as well. But the Pacers are still in a good position. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you all maybe in a Timberwolves elimination rebuild. We'll see. Peace.